Hey friends, today we've got a fascinating matchup from the Norway Chess 2026 tournament featuring two brilliant minds, Vincent Keymer playing white and Gukesh D on black. Both players have been rising stars, carving their paths on the international chess scene. This game kicks off with some intriguing opening choices, and I can't wait to dive into the twists and turns of their battle. So, we start off with Vincent opting for a d4 opening, a solid and flexible choice. Gukesh responds with a dynamic setup, bringing his knight out to f6. As they both develop their pieces, Gukesh's pawn moved to c5 shows he's aiming for a strong pawn center. What I find fascinating here is how both players are already setting up for a potentially complex middle game. Vincent decides to trade off a pawn, and we see a bit of a dance with the bishops as they reposition. The game so far is very balanced, but what's interesting is how Vincent brings his knight back to the center. It's like he's laying the groundwork for some tactical opportunities, or maybe just keeping his options open. Now things really start heating up as Vincent pushes his pawn forward, challenging Gukesh's structure. Gukesh responds by capturing Vincent's bishop with his knight, and it looks like he's aiming to reduce some pressure. Vincent is managing to keep his pieces coordinated though, and it's intriguing to see how he holds on to the initiative with his pawn and knight maneuvers. As pieces are exchanged, we move into an endgame scenario with both players trying to optimize their positions. Vincent's decision to push a pawn to the 7th rank is quite bold, and I'm curious to see how Gukesh will handle this growing pressure. It's becoming a real test of endgame technique for both. Here, we see some clever maneuvering as both try to find weaknesses in the other's position. Vincent's rooks are quite active now, and Gukesh's king looks a bit vulnerable. Both players are demonstrating a deep understanding of positional play, which makes this phase of the game really captivating. Gukesh tries to bring his own rook into play, but Vincent's pieces are very well coordinated. A particularly interesting moment is when Vincent sacrifices a pawn to open lines for his other pieces. It's a risky decision, but it could lead to powerful attacking possibilities if Gukesh isn't careful. The intensity doesn't let up as Vincent continues pushing forward, and Gukesh's responses are precise, keeping him in the game. However, Vincent's pressure on the g file means Gukesh has to tread carefully. Both players are showing resilience, but the scales seem to be tipping in Vincent's favor. In the final stretch, Vincent maintains his advantage with some brilliant tactical plays. Gukesh fights valiantly, but it's becoming clear that Vincent's aggressive strategy is paying off. With sheer determination and strategic brilliance, Vincent clinches the win. It's been an incredible journey watching how both players navigated through the complexities of this game.